what's happening with Phil Foden this morning after yet another, and it was a shame, not the only one by the way, underwhelming international break for him.
Phil Foden is playing through the middle tonight, hoping for his first goal in 22 games.
The structure was also too narrow, so we made it difficult for ourselves. And from here we go. This is where we are at the moment.
When you talk about more to do, I mean, Phil Foden, do you know what? I feel a bit for Phil because playing in the wrong position, I think he's got work to do.
One thing that we haven't seen from Phil Foden in this modified role that he's playing in tonight is just that little bit of artistry.
I absolutely love Phil, and I'm desperate for Phil to just get back to playing with a little bit of a spark.
Phil Foden, he's going to be 30 at the next World Cup, and I don't think he's going to be going to this one.
I'm not sure that I would be totally enthused by Phil Foden playing as a dropped-off number 9. I don't think that helps him as a player, and we just didn't get enough players in the box.
No, it's a shame. There's no getting away from it. I think there's a little bit. I can't believe I'm saying it, Gabby, but there looks as though there's a wee bit of lack of confidence here, which is incredible. Now, a few of the papers have picked up in the Foden debate this morning. Foden, bit harsh in the back page of the Sun. Touch and go, Tuchel and go for Foden in the Mirror. That's an interesting one. Thomas Tuchel's thrown Foden's World Cup hopes into doubt with some comments that he made to the media. Gabby, here's an interesting one. He was excellent in camp, but he struggles to show it on the pitch. He was so good in training, and I thought he will just surprise us. But yeah, he struggles to have the full impact. It was put to Tuchel that he could not take a struggling player to the World Cup. I can, he replied, but the question would be if we will. It's not a guarantee that he will come. Now, to be fair to Phil Foden, I think there's only about 5 or 6, well, maybe 5 or 6, but there'll be more, about a dozen guarantees.
Yeah.
But there'll be about maybe 6, 7, 8 that aren't guarantees. And I think Phil Foden has now come into that category, Gab. I mean, we've got to be concerned for him, don't you agree?
I think the problem for me, Ali, is that his form for Manchester City has been incredibly bad for Phil Foden. You know, he come on in the 90th minute, Ali, in the cup final against Arsenal. Got 0 minutes in both games against Real Madrid.
I know, mate.
In his last 11 games, Ali, he's only played a total of 183 minutes out of 990 available minutes. 0 goals this year. We're already in April, Ali.
Yeah.
And even for his country, Ali, he's not performed. He's only got 4 goals in 49 England caps. He should be at his peak now at 25. Never done it in an England shirt. And those comments from Thomas Tuchel, I look at them and I say, Thomas Tuchel likes you. He likes the career you've had. He likes you as a player. He's brought you into the squad, even though you didn't deserve to be in it from club form. And you look like, at the moment, it sounds like a training ground player, which is what you never want to be associated with. I had loads of players, Ali, that I won't name names, but they're training ground players who turn up and they're the best player and they start and then they go missing. So he's fumbled his last 2 chances to impress the manager, and I don't think he's going to have the game time, Ali, with the positions and the players that Pep Guardiola's got with Shirky, Semenyo, all these players that play in his similar positions. I don't think he goes, mate.
I know. That's a shame, Cap, because I think you're right. Because you know something? See, in normal circumstances, if City were about 7 or 8 and even 9 points clear, then I think Pep would probably help him out and give him more game time. But because they're chasing and because they've got a massive game in the Cup against Liverpool at the weekend, I'm not sure. I'm with you. I don't think he'll get an awful lot of game time.
I think
excuse me, I'm looking at, if I may ask you as well, I'm looking at England's forward area against Japan, right? Now, there is no doubt in the talent there, but I would question a real goal-scoring threat. You know, you've gone with Rodgers, Palmer, Gordon and Foden.
Yeah.
Technically excellent. You know, all of them. Gordon's pace as well. They've got a lot of talent there. You know, Rodgers and Palmer and Foden. But boy, did they lack a goal-scoring threat in that game against Japan, mate. It was absolutely unbelievable watching it.
I was watching it with my daughter, my 15-year-old, and she was like, what's going on here?
I know.
And I'm like, don't underestimate Japan. They're in good form. I think that this is probably their best ever team, Ali. That's what they're saying, aren't they? Yeah. But that aside, we should be beating them with the players that we had available. But what I will say, Ali, it was a great 2 games, if you're watching, for Jude Bellingham.
Oh,
fantastic. And all those
100%.
idiots are quiet out there that were
100%.
like, he shouldn't go, he's a problem, he shouldn't start. He walks into our side for that
100%.
first game against Croatia.
That's what I was
Walks.
listening. There's a couple of guys, Gab, a couple of guys the other day there. It might have been somebody's, might have been a few of the talkSPORT guys' teams, and one or two of them didn't have Bellingham in it.
It's incredible, isn't it?
I couldn't believe that.
I think Piercy was one, weren't he? Yeah.
Might have been.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely could not believe it. I was listening to the radio last night because I was down watching one of the games last night. I nipped down to watch a junior game and had the radio on, so I was listening to Ashley Williams, former Welsh captain Ashley Williams, was on with Hugh on kick-off last night, and he believes that both Phil Foden and Cole Palmer's spots on the plane, and I agree with him, are in jeopardy.
I mean, we don't know. Has Thomas Tuchel told them that they're in? I don't know, so I'm not privy to those conversations, but you know, you'd expect them to be playing to guarantee that they go.
I think they're two players that have probably played their way out of the World Cup squad.
Do you think?
Phil Foden for sure, absolutely. I don't think he's going to be going this summer. Cole Palmer very much on the fringes. He's going to have to play well for Chelsea between here and the end of the season.
I think Palmer goes definitely, and going back to my other point before, Phil Foden's the one that has been in teams that have won loads of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head in that England squad that is a serial winner. And I can't disagree with what you're saying, which is bizarre, isn't it? Because he's not old. He's of a good age. He's just had a tough season.
Player of the year a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, I know, but the game, when I watch the England games, it's just his form as from Manchester City.
That's what it looks like.
England.
Gab, it's interesting, mate, because here, would Eze come into the equation as well?
I think Eze, missing these 2 games, he's done him. Ali, any player that didn't play.
It's a bit like Bellingham.
Yeah, any player, even Trent, any player that's not played in the Uruguay game and Japan game will be rubbing their hands together saying, yes, Palmer, Foden might have played their way out. I think Palmer will get more game time than Foden, obviously. Before down the end of the season, still in the FA Cup, some important games for Chelsea coming up, so he can play his way back in. But I just don't think Foden's going to get the chance, Ali. That's the problem with his club.
It's amazing because I don't know whether it's yourself was talking to early on in the week. It might have been, and we're talking about these games and how everybody's looking forward to them and who could force their way into the squad. And it's worked out the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
All we're talking about is people that have played their way out the squad.
Ali, honestly, mate, they look like strangers watching. The amount of times Japan were getting through defensively, O'Reilly looked poor, and like if O'Reilly's probably played himself out of a starting spot as well. Obviously, he still go as number 2, but I'm playing Lewis Hall all day. When he come on, Ali, he looked better in 10 minutes than O'Reilly looked the whole game.
I thought I watched the game, I had the Scotland game on my iPad. I thought to be honest with you, I thought Japan opening 15 minutes the second half as well were just cutting through, particularly down that right-hand side.
One-touch football, just
it was.
popping it.
I mean, they were excellent. They really, really were, mate. It's a big problem. Because
Ali, all the idiots out there, we'll pick it up every hour. Please never ever say Jude Bellingham should not start for this team.
No,
we're crying out for him, Ali. And even someone like Gibbs White, I bet he's sitting there thinking like, all right, let me get these 8 games.
I had in my mind. I couldn't remember. That was the other one I had in my mind.
Yep, 7 games, Ali. They're still in Europe. Let me really dig in deep now.
Yeah.
There's a space there for me.
I think you're right. I think that was a great squad to miss.